Welcome to your Chips and Salsa show. This is Don Jorge again with the Chips and Salsa show on. This is Thursday, so we're going to air this tomorrow, Friday. I have here two beautiful ladies. They're MCR um, uh, candidates for MCR chairman and second vice chair, Tatiana Pena and Jan Du
Dubauskis.
Dubauskis. And she's a very straight, hard Republican that would be good for the candidacy, and she'll tell you what she would do as a chairman of Maricopa County. So on the line, we also have Alice Lara from New Mexico. We have her on Zoom, so you'll hear her voice. You just can't probably see her face. We're working on that. But Alice,
George, can you hear me okay?
what?
I can barely hear you, sir.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
We can hear you, Alice.
The girls could probably hear you a little bit better. I'm way over here on the opposite side, but anyway, you're doing really good out there in New Mexico, Alice, for the Chips and Salsa show, and we're holding the fort over here in Arizona. So I'm going to introduce Jan first, and then Tatiana Pena. Jan is running for chairman, and so Jan, you want to say a few words to our audience?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Jan Dubauskis. I'm running for chairman of Maricopa County Republican Committee. I'm a lawyer, a wife, a mom, a precinct committeeman, a precinct captain, and a state committeeman here in Arizona, and I'm an effective grassroots leader. I'm just really passionate about what's happening in Arizona, very concerned for our children and the future of our state. So I've decided to step up and run for chairman because I've got a history as a chief operations officer, general counsel for a large insurance organization. I can bring these teams together. We can get the work done with an effective action plan and get all of us working in the same area, moving forward and keeping Arizona red. So I ask for your vote as chairman of Maricopa County Republican Committee.
And the other guest here is Tatiana Pena. Everybody knows Tatiana from LD 11, right?
LD 11.
11,
That's right.
yeah, because it used to be 27, now it's 11. You want to say a few words, Tatiana?
Yes. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Tatiana Pena. I'm from LD 11. I'm running for second vice chair for Maricopa County Republican Committee. I've been involved as a precinct committee member since 2017, and as soon as I got in, I was hitting the ground running. My forte is doing a lot of work in the toughest districts that Arizona has. I'm in LD 11, that's the South Phoenix, Laveen, Guadalupe area. And what we've been able to do is we've been able to recruit precinct committee members, recruit candidates, even get some wins. We've got some wins over there.
Yeah.
And so as a two-time state representative, clean elections candidate, also from my district, I understand the hard work it takes to run for office, and I want to encourage and help all of our districts get good candidates and be able to give them the funding and, to change our strategy because we see what the Democrats do. So we've got to compete. We've really got to step it up so we can fix Maricopa County. Thanks for having me, George.
She's famous for her famous hearts. Did you see all over the west side, or the east side now, I guess.
The South Side.
The south side. She has hearts.
You got to get
everywhere.
it right, George.
Yeah, she has hearts everywhere. She's famous for the hearts, and there's a story behind the heart. So
Yeah, there is.
she'll enlighten us with the heart. Alice, do you have a question for the young ladies? Hello, Alice. Well, Alice is somewhere in Zoom land, but I don't know what happened. But Alice, could you hear us? Alice. Okay. Well, anyway, Alice is in Zoom land. She'll come back. You want to tell us how that heart thing came up? How you came out with the heart?
Yes.
It's an interesting story.
So I decided when I was running for state representative the first time, I just woke up from a dream one day and I just, because I wanted to have a good logo that was meaningful and got the attention. And the heart was the idea that I came up with. It's a red, it's like a stop sign almost. It gets your attention. And the message behind it is really about love. And so, even though I'm not running for state representative right now, that is definitely something that I'm helping bring to Maricopa County. We need to have a message of love. We need to have a positive message. Here in Maricopa County, you know, we get so beaten from the Democrats that there's a lot of negativity people feel when they think about us as conservatives, as Republicans. You know, they're afraid to align with us even. You know, as a Latina, I notice that even within our community, sometimes our messaging isn't being well interpreted. So we really need to change how we do our outreach, and we start early. And of course, that message of love is way more powerful than any attacks that we may have. Also, you know, let's be real here. Even within our own party, within our own grassroots, there's a lot of division, lots and lots of division, lots of attacking, lots of name calling. You know, it's like a purity test to see just how Republican you are. And in the meantime, in the left, they're so divisive but so aligned. You know, they're so aligned with their crazy ideas. So we've got to bring it back to the heart. We've got to bring it back to these values and make a difference. And I think that's how we can win.
Now, Alice, are you on the line yet? Oh, okay, I guess not. Who are the other candidates running for the office? I know you have Eric Morgan. You
Yes.
wanna talk a
Yeah.
little bit
Oh,
about him?
I would love to talk a little bit about Eric. He is an absolute treasure. Eric has been an LD chair in the Northwest Valley for 14 years. So he is currently our most experienced chair in Maricopa County. We have 20 legislative districts in Maricopa County. Of the new chairmen who were elected in November or December, 12 are brand new.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of brand new chairs, which of course translates down to the boards. We have a lot of new board members. We have 6 chairs that have less than 2 years of experience. So out of 18 LD chairs, 20 LD chairs, 18 are new. So Eric Morgan is our most experienced LD chair in Maricopa County. The job of the first vice chair is to work with the LDs,
Right.
train the LDs, teach them the best practices, teach them how to empower PCs, PC 101, door knocking, how to use RTS, how to recruit PCs, how to register voters. Eric knows all of that like the back of his hand because he's been doing
does.
it for 14 years. In his district in 2021, he had the number 3 fullest district in Maricopa County. And something that people don't know about Eric and his team was back in 2012, he had a couple of ladies come to him who were, grassroots ladies. They've now become the grassroots grandmas as their nickname. And they said to him, you know, we see these slates, but we're not real excited about that. Do you think we could make something better? So they worked together and they created a document. And then Eric took it to the copy shop and said, you know, we don't have a lot of money at the LD. What's the cheapest paper you have? And it was goldenrod yellow paper. And they printed out the very first golden tickets in 2012.
Ticket came from.
That's where the golden ticket came from. That came out of Eric working with his PCs, empowering them, taking good ideas, and let's run with it. And it's been implemented across our entire state. Those are the kinds of things that Eric brings to our table, and that he'll be able to teach and lead our legislative districts who, you know, going into 2024, we could say, oh my gosh, it's scary that 18 out of 20 LD chairs are new. Or we could say, this is a huge opportunity to bring unity, to bring best practices across the entire valley, and really to give the PCs an opportunity to learn under someone who is so experienced and can be a wonderful mentor. So we're very excited to have Eric Morgan on our team. Of course, Tatiana is running for second vice chair. We have Dan Grimm as our secretary. Dan Grimm is a parliamentarian, which is a very highly sought after skill in these meetings. Parliamentarians help us learn how to work within the rules of Robert's rules and empower PCs to ask questions and do the things properly so that we can get the work done. He's a Reagan Award winner. He has been an active PC for many, many years, started out in the Tea Party. He's very passionate about our cause and really wants to see real change in Maricopa County. He's been one voice on the board, and he's excited to be aligned with our team because we have action plans to drive change around the county, and he wants to really be a part of that. And
I know Grimm.
Dan.
I know Dan Grimm, and I know Eric Morgan from way when I used to be chairman and a member of the MCRC.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric Morgan and Dan Grimm both bring a heavy presence to your
Yeah,
ticket.
yeah, they're heavy hitters.
And then,
Yeah, our treasurer is
treasurer.
a gentleman named Charlie Schinke. You may know of his wife. Her name is Debbie Schinke. She's the president of the Chandler Gilbert Republican Club. Charlie is he's been in the financial industry for over 40 years. He currently works at Wells Fargo, where he's been for about 35 years, and has been the campaign finance treasurer for 5 candidates over the course of the last 2 campaign cycles. So, and he's also a treasurer for 2 nonprofits. So he's very familiar with all the responsibilities, and he says he looks forward to us raising lots of money so he can count lots of money and hold us accountable.
good. That's
Yes,
good.
and be transparent with everyone about who we're getting the money from, and then how we're spending it. So
Now, the meetings that you're going to have will be, there'll still be meetings for all the chairmen, and then you'll have your guests who have to be approved to be able to stand up and talk or so. Same way the MCRC has had their meetings last year and the year before, right? Or are you making any changes to that?
Well, that's an interesting question. There's currently a bylaw before the body that's going to be looked at on Saturday, and it would require PCs to have a minimum of 10 minutes at every MCRC meeting. I think it's kind of sad we would have to mandate something like that. I would love to hear from PCs. That's what we're here for. We're here to serve the body. So it is my intention to allow PCs to have speaking time at the meetings if they would like something to say. But yeah, we're going to
10 minutes? That's a long time.
Well, it's a. I think the bylaw says 1 minute per person, up to 10 people.
Oh, you mean 10 minutes?
Yeah, total. 10 minutes total. Yeah, no, not each. Total.
He's like, sign me up.
Oh, I don't know, 10 minutes.
So a minute each.
Yeah,
that makes a lot
a
of
minute
sense.
each for
Yeah.
10 times 10 people.
Okay, yeah,
And
that makes a lot of
so
sense.
yeah, no. But honestly, we want to hear from the PCs. One of the ideas that we have is to create a quarterly PC forum where we bring PCs together around a subject. Let's call it, the border, and we'll bring in Sheriff Lamb, someone like that, to talk about the border. But really, what we'll be there for is to hear from the PCs, because PCs get talked at by Fox News and Newsmax. PCs get talked at in their LD meetings. PCs get talked at a lot in their captains meetings. When do they get to talk to us? Right? So we want to bring the PCs together on a regular basis so that they can have a voice and know that they're being heard by their county board.
So we have her on the phone. Now, I was just thinking about putting her on the phone, and that way she could ask a couple of questions. Go ahead,
Perfect.
Alice. We got you on the phone.
Hello, guys. Sorry about that. I could barely hear what you were saying, so I apologize. Technology as such it is. So good to see you all. I can see you guys.
Hi.
Great.
Hi. It's great to hear you.
Do you have a question for these young ladies? Because we're getting close to the.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't know a lot about Arizona anymore because now I live in New Mexico, but I've been trying to keep up with stuff because my political heart is still there in Arizona. And I'm glad that you're very active and you guys are running. The biggest thing, and if you've already addressed this, I apologize because I couldn't hear, but what is what different things are you going to do, because our party needs to get animated and work so hard. We have so much to do. What are you going to do to just kind of get a lightning bolt out there in Arizona to everybody?
Sure. So we have an action plan that is designed to do exactly that. Bring everyone together, bring everyone back to the table, and give everyone an opportunity to contribute, really. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to create an election integrity committee, a robust committee that's going to have teams underneath it, because we have a lot of issues related to election integrity. It's really, I don't feel that we have our arms all the way wrapped around it. One person's telling me I'm going to work on this, another person's telling me I'm going to work on the same thing. So we're duplicating effort. Nobody really knows what the status of election integrity is, and so that makes us all very uncomfortable. So we're going to have a robust election integrity committee, and we're going to have various teams underneath there. We're going to attack the voter lists. Right, we all know that there's 1,000 square foot houses that have 10 people registered there, so we need to attack that problem. We're going to attack the ballot harvesting, and we're going to work through those mailboxes. We're We're going to talk about, every item related to election integrity, the technology issues and all of that on that committee. We're going to invite PCs to participate. We need to bring our greatest minds together so that we can work together, because this is big problems. And in business, that's what we do. We bring the experts to the table, we get them around, everybody gets an assignment, and we start working down a path, report back in, let's talk about the progress and continue on together. So that's one of the things that we're going to do. We were talking about the LD chairs and all the training that we're going to provide for the LD chairs, the board members, but we're also going to provide training for our PC captains and have quarterly captains meetings. I'm a PC captain, and I've had the opportunity to go and meet with other captains and listen to their meetings. And because of that, my precinct, I was able to teach my PCs how to get out there and door knock because I was activated, I was mentored. We need more of that throughout the county. So we're going to have quarterly meetings. We're going to bring all these captains together, and we talk about, what do you do about this problem? What do you do about that problem? How did you motivate this type of person? And get those people excited and enthused, because I believe they're the best conduit to recruiting PCs and to getting those PCs active and engaged. So we're going to do that. We talked about our PC forum. We also talked about PC training. We're going to offer a wide variety of PC training. PC Training 101, Advanced PC, what is the Republican platform, the U.S. Constitution and the Arizona Constitution. When we're out talking to voters, we should be educated, and when they ask us, well, what do Republicans believe in? Because you know what? We're going to be knocking on those doors for independents and PNDs. We need to know what's going on with those folks, and we need to bring them into the party. So we got a lot of action plans. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to getting started.
Okay, you want to announce one more time the list of candidates? So Alice, because she knows Eric Morgan also, and
Great.
she knows.
Yep. So my name is Jan Dubowskis. I'm running for chairman of Maricopa County Republican Committee. Our first vice chair candidate is Eric Morgan. He's currently a LD chairman for LD 22.
Tatiana Pena, running for second vice chair from LD 11.
We have Dan Grimm, who's currently secretary of MCRC, running for another term as secretary, and then Charlie Schinke running for treasurer.
Okay, what's the contact so they can contact you if they need to contact you? Remember, this is airing on Thursday, folks, so you'll be hearing it the day before the election. So you want to talk a little bit about where you guys are going to meet for the election.
Sure.
We want everybody to show up for that election. It's on...
It's on Saturday, January 14. Doors open at 9 a.m. The meeting starts sharp at 10. That you'll need to bring your driver's license so that you can get credentialed in. And if you have any friends who are precinct committeemen within your precinct, you can bring up to 3 proxies. So grab those proxies and come join us. The meeting starts at 10. You can reach us at ArizonaFirstMCRC.com. You'll notice I have this Arizona First pin. That's because we love Arizona and we wear Arizona on our heart. So ArizonaFirstMCRC.com.
And thank you, Alice, for coming in on Zoom. Stay on the line for a little while. Girls, thank you for coming. And,
thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Tatiana. Wish you a lot of luck on your election. And this will air tomorrow. I don't know what time he'll start it, but we'll blast it on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you so
and
much.
probably on
Thank you.
YouTube. So thank you very much. We hope you come back and talk about things that are happening so we can blast it out to the PCs here on the Chips and Salsa show. Thanks again. Thanks again for Central City Radio for letting us use their studios. And tune in again next week, and we're going to do another show in about half an hour. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.